We're filming from the Akolade Aged Care Week event here in Melbourne. I'm joined by Matthew Richter. Thanks for joining us, Matthew.
Thanks, Lauren.
Matthew, you've spoken about this morning, I guess, the risk for organisations around the buzzwords of, customer experience and co-design, and I guess the potential for getting caught up in at a superficial level of looking like you're doing things rather than, more deeply actually, delivering outcomes for residents and consumers. What can you sort of say to that, and how can we avoid falling into that trap?
It's a very good question, Lauren, and something we're talking about a lot. It's not about ticking boxes, this industry. It's about living a life and supporting people to live a meaningful life. So if all you're doing is ticking a box to meet a compliance standard, then that's not enough to understand what contributes to a meaningful life. What you should be able to do as a care provider is describe the meaning and value that someone draws from their day-to-day activities, whether they're in a facility, whether they're living at home, and how you contribute to delivering that meaning and value. That's what customer experience in aged care is.
And I guess one of the other things you were talking about was real-time feedback and being able over time to draw trends. What are you seeing in the sector more broadly, but certainly from your members, as a shift?
Yes, certainly there's a strong shift to try and determine what are the things we need to measure. So customer experience really isn't measured by financial metrics or even healthcare metrics, but by things that people feel and things that people think. And measuring them once every year or 2 years or 3 years doesn't correlate to real life. Things change from day to day, and we need to know that those things change and be able to react to that. So we're seeing our members really increase the frequency of how they're engaging with customers and diversify the metrics that they're collecting.
And I think, there's a big sort of culture shift that's taking place and has been for a little while now, perhaps in some organisations maybe not fast enough. What do you see as the trends for customer experience going forward?
The major trend is that government is now a customer, and I think for this industry, government has been the customer for a long time. The customer is the people and the families and the social networks that wrap around those families. That's our customer. And when you think like that, that powerfully changes what you need to measure and how you deliver your service. And we're at the start of a journey there, and it's going to take some time because it is a cultural shift. The major thing that I think that contributes to that is it's not just the care recipient and the care provider relationship that's important, but your whole organisation and the culture and focus of your whole organisation, from cooks and chefs to your board, that contributes to that care.
That's great. Look, thank you so much for your time today.